I think we're live. All right. Wait, is this my window? Why is there no yellow? Oh, there's a yellow thing around that I just can't see. Hey, everyone. Sorry about the delay. I had technical difficulties. My arm thing that I keep my camera on, I wanted to move it from the top part of the top tier of my desk to the lower tier, and the screw thing was like bored into the wood. I guess I overdid it, and I went through hell and bent the shit out of it trying to fix it. So now I thought this would be better because it would give me more reach to my power source. It doesn't matter. Fucking embarrassing. I'm sorry to anybody who waited. Um, Viewers, I just cost myself. It's all right though. Got one concurrent. Everybody can hear me, right? Can everybody hear me? Okay. All right. Very good. All right. Well, I'll wait till I get some more people, then we'll get started. Very, very late. Members only live stream. Start a QA. We're not doing a can't even get non-members. I can't even get retention and attention of non-members. I don't think if I even got here on time, it would have made a difference. That was so frustrating. Should have just done the fucking 8:45 time. What was I thinking? Uh, Spam. Yeah, it's all spam. 5 likes. Horse Bomb Donnie brought Miss Rachel to do a class thing. Hmm. Okay. Donnie's anti-Semitism showing. Who do we got in the chat? I see 3 concurrents. We'll just go ahead and get started. Hey, TCG dude. No, it's not broken. I fixed it. It's just I had to go downstairs, get my I have a little multi-tool pliers, a knife thing that opens up. I'd go get that, unscrew it. It was just a fucking mess. I got metal shards in my hand. It's a disaster. Uh I don't like the way I look. Not even looking at me. I guess I got to look at the camera. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I guess if I'm here for, here to look at me, we're really in trouble. Okay. What's a good angle? Pardon the motion sickness if you're getting any. Okay, how's this? A little bit in my face somewhere? Like this is bad no matter what I do. It doesn't matter. Okay. It looks better when I look at the screen. I'm doing like this, looking at my side monitor over there. Or is it there to you? Um, I don't like the way my side of my face looks. You're not here for that. I'll shut up now. Whoa. I should just zoom in on me. All right. Here we go. I can make a sentence. We got anti-sentence. We're going to get started. We're going to stay black this evening and get started here. Lorwyn, Eclipsed, Previews, reviews, y'all know how it does. How it does and does. My brain is broken. Okay. Anti-sentence, 2 mana sorcery, choose one. I think this is a callback to Foot Bottom Feast from the original Lorwyn. So, modular, not really modular. Well, it has 2 options. I guess it's modular. Modal spell? Whatever it is. A target opponent reveals their hand, you choose a non-land permanent from it. That player discards that card. Wow. It's a Thoughtseize for 2 mana. Okay. Target creature gets -2 too. So you got some discards, some targeted removal. This can fuck someone up in pre-release and draft. You can, especially in a set that revolves so much around tribal stuff, just get rid of one of their pieces and you could really throw off your opponents. Because something to think about with pre-release and pre-release kits for sealed events and draft. With Lorwyn, it heavily evolves on tribal and typal, and you're not going to get the perfect pair of everything. You're not going to get all green and white, all white and blue, green and white for Kithkin, white and blue for Merfolk. You're not going to get the perfect pair. You're going to get some stuff that sings together, but not everything is going to be ideal. So this can really throw a wrench into your opponent's plans. I would consider this in your pre-release builds as well as draft. Another one. Okay, we had a black artifact this time. Barbed Bloodletter. And a whole set that has that brought back tribal kindred. You would think more of these would be kindred, but they're not. When it enters, attached to target creature you control, that creature gains Wither until end of turn. They made some callbacks to Wither, which was interesting. This creature deals damage in the form of -1/1 counters. Equipped creature gets +1/2. So it's a 2 mana buff spell in a sense. It has, because it has flash. It's a good way to sneak up on your opponent. Give your dude a buff. You're gonna give your creature Wither, which might not be helpful in this setting because, you know, cards depend on remove a counter from this permanent. Good stuff happens. So do you really want to help out your opponent? But do you want that power boost? I would probably pass on this if it was me. We'll move on. 2 mana common artifact. We got Vile Bogart. Maybe he's related to Humphrey Bogart. Okay, what does it do? 1 mana, Goblin Assassin, ass in. When this creature dies, 1/1 counter up to 1 target creature. So it's a good thing it says up to 1. It's not like Festering Goblin where it's target creature gets it. You have to target your own stuff. I had a friend who did that. He had 2 Festering Goblins. I attacked. I blocked one of them. My creature lived. He had put the other counter on his other Festering Goblin and kill his own Festering Goblin. You don't want to do that. Up to 1 target creature, which is pretty nice. You can even target your own stuff for stuff that requires remove a counter from this card. This is something to consider. The Goblin, works with the Goblin build. Assassin, there's not really much Assassin tribal happening here. A weird subtype. But there were Assassins in the original Lorwyn. Keep poking at my thumb. There's a metal shard in my thumb. All right. I guess this is probably the star of the show for Black in Lorwyn Eclipsed. It's a callback to Bitter Blossom. This is Bitter Blossom Bearer. It's Bitter Blossom, just not in an enchantment form. It's Bitter Blossom, just more susceptible to being destroyed. Flash, flying, beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life, you put a blue and black fairy creature token into playing. I remember when Bitter Blossoms were the hottest card on the market. I remember Star City Games at their time in like 2006, 7, 8, had a big notice on their website, like on their front page as soon as you go there. Attention, seeking Bitter Blossoms will pay above market, and it was a big deal. And I had like maybe 5 of these 5 Bitter Blossoms back in the day. So this is Bitter Blossom in a creature form, not an enchantment. I don't know if it's still going to hold up. I feel like the price it commands currently at $21, that's going to tumble. There's so much removal in Standard now, so much cheap board wipe that targets low power stuff. This might be a little overrated right now. I don't see a lot of stuff that number of fairies you control. But this shows promise. In a limited format, this is a good card because of the flash and the flying. I was, slobbering on flyers last night. For your pre-release kits and your draft, flying is a huge advantage to have. Being able to get over on your opponent's creatures. The life loss isn't great, but you're going to have a consistent supply of bodies. Maybe we'll get into more cards that care about fairies. We shall see. But what do we think of Bitter Blossom Bearer? Is it hype or nipe? I don't know what to call it. All right. And what's its type? So it's fairy rogue. Okay, yeah, it's a fairy rogue tokens. Oh wait, blue and black fairy tokens. I thought it created blue and black fairy rogues back in the day. Guess it's just fairy. Anyway, blighted blackthorn. Whenever this creature, it's a 5 mana tree folk warlock, 3/7. When it enters or attacks, you may blight 2. If you do, draw a card and lose 1 life. Put 2/1/1 counters on a creature you control. This can blight itself. You get yourself a nice card draw engine, but it is 5 mana. In the right build, if you have like some kind of a mana acceleration, this might be good. I don't think this is great, especially in those two, pre-release kit dress. Been a long day for draft and your pre-release kit where you build your own deck out of your card pool. I don't see this working out, but maybe the right way to reduce the mana cost. I don't think you need a card draw engine because you don't want your deck really to be more than 40 cards. All right, brain rot. Excuse me, I mean blight rot. Put 4/1/1 counters on target creature. This is pretty good. If you want to kill something, put the counters on it. Put 1/1 counters on your own guys that might revolve or have a mechanic that's remove a counter from this dude, something happens. So I think this is good in that sense. It's a good targeted removal. 3 mana is not awful. So there's a lot of stuff you're going to be able to kill with this in a limited constructed format, pre-release kit and draft. I would consider this in your black builds. If you run a pairing that involves black. Okay, this is interesting. The art. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Bloodline bidding. Devin mana. Invoke. Your creatures can help cast. Choose a creature type. Return all creature cards of the chosen type from your graveyard to the battle. It's you're gonna reanimate everything. Well, only your graveyard of the battlefield. How do we feel about this? I'm a little indifferent about this. It's a good thing it has Convoke. Otherwise, I'd say hard pass. If you could find a way, maybe you're discarding stuff, pitching stuff to the yard, and you want to get them back. Yeah, this is an instant. Thank you, TCG, dude. I didn't even realize that. Bloodline bidding, though. Don't fall for the rare mythic trap. I've done that before. It's a rare mythic. I got to use it. It's powerful. And you build your deck around it, and it's a bad idea. So don't fall for that. Really think about it and consider the rest of the cards you got in your pulls. What do you think of Bloodline bidding? Sorcery speed. There it is. Yeah, this is definitely a commander card, Bloodline bidding. Bogart Mischief. That's a callback to Bogart Shenanigans. Tribal Enchantment and Goblin. When it enters, you may blight 1. If you do, create 2 black. Yeah. So this would be good at that tree folk from earlier. That, what is it, a 4/7? Keep blighting that big boy. You get 2 goblins out of it. That's pretty good. Whenever a goblin creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. It's interesting to see black goblins make you gain life. I did not expect that. I can dig it. I like this. If you're getting black and red goblins and you get one of these, you run this. Just make sure you have a body to blight and put the blight counters on. I like this. This is definitely a good goblin deck commander card too. Bogart Prankster. Trying to figure out what he's doing. Oh, I guess he's squeezing the frog juice into people walking by on the street. What do we think? I hate it when frog juice lands on my head. Whenever you attack, attacking goblin you control gets +1/0. This pairs nicely with the goblin tokens from the dude up here, the Bogart Mischief. I certainly like the callback to the original Lorwyn block that had a card similar to this. Not this, to this I mean. 2 mana, 1/3. You can blight it once or twice without killing it. You blight this thing twice, you get 4 goblin tokens. When your goblins attack, your goblins get target attacking goblin. Whenever you attack, target attacking goblin you control gets +1. So whenever you attack. So does it proc for each attack? For each creature? Attack with 4 creatures. Does this proc each time? Somebody let me know. Or am I over or underthinking that? I'd like to remove the Just take this art and just say caption this. It's kind of weak. Fetch my bow and my umbrella and my umbrella. Okay, I get that. Okay, here we go. No more blighting. This is as an additional cost to cast this. Blight 1 or pay 3. This dude's getting eaten by an alligator bird. Exile target creature. This is awesome remove. Downside, it's a sorcery. Just blight one of your damn cards and get an exile something. That's amazing. Keep this around, especially if you got a lot of tokens from Bitter Blossom Bearer. Or, again, this thing's going to be awesome. Bogart Mischief. You just blight one of your own creatures and go to town. I like this card. If you get mono black, if you get black, you want to do a black red build, you want to keep it black and stay black, you run this. All right, these champion guys are interesting. Look at this guy's face. Here we go. Champion of the Weird. 4 mana. Additional cost to cast. Behold a goblin and exile it. Pay 1 life. Blight 2. Target opponent blights 2. That's amazing. Making your opponent do the blighting. Yeah, it's a good way to clear the board. You're going to blight 2. They're going to blight 2. You can end up killing their creatures. And he could blight himself, this guy. He's got enough of a body to take it. Enough of a butt. I certainly like this. It's interesting that he's a berserker. You don't see a lot of those around. How do we feel about Champion of the Weird? 4 mana, 5/5. Definitely a lot going on here. You're gonna need a life gain source too for this, but yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay, we got an elf, pointy ear boy. This guy's not gonna work for Santa Claus anytime soon. This creature enters with 3/1/1 counters on it. -1/1 counter, excuse me. At the beginning of your end step, if there's an elf card in your graveyard and this creature has a 1/1 counter on it, remove a counter from this creature. So a 2 mana 5/5 that comes into play as it's a 2 mana 2/2 when it enters. And then if there's elves in the graveyard, you take counters off this guy, which is interesting. I like they're really trying to slow Standard needs more of stuff like this. Too many big bodies slapping around Standard right now. This isn't going to be enough to stem the tide. It's already too late. But it's an interesting concept. Okay. I like it. And he's an elf. Okay, Darkness Descends. 2 1/1 counters on each creature. I love this. There's going to be a lot of 1/1s running around, all the token generation. Kithkin tokens, elf tokens, fairy tokens, goblin tokens. This is going to ruin everybody's day when you put this on them. I don't see any. A lot of the cards we looked at, maybe the goblin enchantment, the tribal enchantment, we'll see some standard play. Everything else, maybe not so much. This might see some standard play. I would recommend this in your pre-release or your draft. It's a good static way. You get counters on your dudes, but there's a lot of stuff again that cares about removing counters. I forgot I can use that ability. If your opponent forgets to use an ability or misses a trigger, don't give it to him. Like, nope, get good, read your card. I know it's a jerk thing to do. Like, if I'm playing against somebody I absolutely know I'm going to beat, and it's like a little kid, I'll let them roll it back and explain it to them, the interaction. But anybody else, I'm going to, no, if you missed your trigger, I can't, no, I'm not doing that. With pre-release, I'm pretty cutthroat. Like, in events, I paid money for this. I want to win and come away with as many packs as possible. Being Mr. Nice Guy. My money outweighs being Mr. Nice Guy. And it's just kind of being a responsible Magic player. That person's not going to learn to not miss their triggers. I missed a trigger on a Zendikar, Battle for Zendikar pre-release. And the guy was like, your cards aren't my responsibility. I never forgot it. I wanted to slap the dude, but I never forgot it. So I kept stuff like that in mind. I definitely like this card. 1/1 counter on each creature. And they get 2 of them. Go to destroy all creatures. They gain indestructible, but they got 1/1 counters on them. If it's indestructible and on a turn, when that wears off, they're going to die. Sorcery's a little bit slow, but this is something to consider. Definitely maybe a sideboard card if you know your opponent's running a lot of tokens. Yeah, that's your money. Don't Don't be Mr. Nice Guy and lose, that's your money you're playing with. Dawn Hand Dissident. Hey, Greg, what's happening? Let's all hit the like button. The party, Greg's here. I'll hit the like button. Do I got any newcomers in the chat? I've been trying to, I'm leveraging my YouTube shorts lately to boost my channel. Tell people that I get 40,000 views on some of my shorts. Thousands of views on these shorts. And that engagement does not translate to my regular videos or my live streams. I don't expect 40,000 people. That's not. People in the shorts feed, they swipe by you, and that counts as a view. So they can just be swiping through looking for, good-looking girls. Last I checked, I'm not posting good-looking girls in the shorts feed. So anybody that swipes through, it counts as a view. But I get quite a few Magic players, judging by the number of likes I get. So I'm trying to get that attention into my live stream. So if you're new here from my YouTube content, my shorts, please let me know in the chat. Just, you don't have to say, I know some people don't like talking in the YouTube chat, personal preference, that's okay. Maybe just spam the emoji button. If you hit the heart button, you can see the heart, the face, the party popper, the 100s. Smash that. Or drop an emoji in the chat. Put an emoji in the chat of the, drop one of these guys in the chat if you're new here and just lurking. If you want. But I would just love to hear from you. I love my same old viewers. Am I not moving? Or am I just like really still? Okay. Look at my own feed on YouTube. Prior. Okay. Okay. Back to the show. Where are we at? All right. We got ourselves a Dawn Hand Dissident. No, I haven't played Final Fantasy XI in a few weeks now. I don't even want to right now. I'm just kind of burnt out on board. Kind of rotted my own brain in time with Final Fantasy XI. When I got into FF11 back in like, what was it, 2024? Yeah, summer of 2024. I tanked all my channel productivity for Magic content, and I did it to myself. And I don't regret it, but I made a lot of great friends like Greg along the way. Your quarterback got Rookie of the Year? Nice. Good for you. Hopefully he lives up to it and stays like it. My quarterback is #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, generational talent, a 21-3 record or whatever, and doesn't translate to the football field. Trevor Lawrence is like my YouTube channel. His college career is my shorts, my YouTube shorts. Stellar, great views, great wins, successful. My live streams and my regular videos are his NFL career. Very mid, potentially a backup quarterback. So, I'll get off my soapbox, but let's all just hit the like button. That certainly helps. Who dat? Right? Saints thing? Who dat? All right. Dawn Hand Dissident is a Saints fan. Elf Warlock. I don't know why Witch isn't a creature type, but we won't get into that. 1 mana. I like that. Blight 1, Surveil 1. Blight 2, exile target card from a graveyard. Standard needs more graveyard removal. This will work in Elf Balls. During your turn, you may cast creature spells from among cards you own, exiled with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control in addition. Wow. All right, let's go through that again. You may cast creature spells from among cards you own exiled with this creature by removing 3 counters from among creatures you control, in addition to paying their costs. Oh. So cast stuff from exile, pay their cost, but remove 3 counters from among creatures you control. So you got 3 different creatures, they each get a 1/1 counter on it. You remove a 1/1 counter from each of them. Pay the mana for the thing in exile. Let's say it's 4 mana. Pay the 4 mana, remove a 1/1 counter for your 3 different guys. Or remove all 3 counters from one guy. You could cast stuff. This is good. It incentivizes you to target your own yard. I like this. It's a 1/2. Got a little bit of protection there. I can dig this. How do you guys feel about this? You're going to blight. You're going to surveil. You're going to need lots of stuff around on your board to blight. As far as like regular standard play, somebody's going to find a home for this. But standard it's hard. There's so much removal right now. that I'm not sure how great it will be in the long run. But how do we feel about this? In terms of pre-release, it can go in your tribal builds. You're going to be making a tribal build, most likely, given that's what the set is all about. I don't know what the buffs are for things like elves, like in Lords, but it's a good enough card. It's a cheap 1 mana elf for things that care about elves. But you need a lot of bodies around to be able to do the blighting. He could only blight himself one time. He could surveil one. He's interesting. He can actually feed the yard with surveilling. And there's the rare surveil land cycle from Karlov Manor. So he definitely works with existing standard cards. All right. I like the art on this guy. He's got, it's only a common, and this is great art in my opinion. So 4 mana, Menace, like a nice Menace body on in my pre-release kit and or drafting. This creature enters, mill 3 cards. If there's an elf card in your graveyard, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. When you cast this, you can put stuff in the yard. You can exile it with this guy. You can use this guy to blight this guy. Your opponents are going to lose life and you're going to gain life. So it's going to be pretty easy to get elf cards in your graveyard, especially stuff like Changeling. If you dump a Changeling into your graveyard, Shapeshifter Changeling, this dude is going to be able to proc that, and you could do some stuff there. I like this. 4 mana, 3/3. Not great, but the Menace is awesome. It does so much. Menace and flying to be able to get through unimpeded, unblocked, is amazing in draft. And pre-release constructed. Sealed, whatever you want to call it. TCG, dude, help me out. Sealed, you make a deck out of your 6 packs, or is that draft? Then what's limited? Is draft limited? Is this pre-release kit limited? I just go out there and play. I don't know what term is exclusive to which thing. All right. Oko is still slapping around. 5 mana, instant. Dose of Dawn Glow. I think that's a poison. Dawn Glow? It's made of Moon Glove? I think it's a poison. Not sure. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So we got a 5 mana reanimate. There's a zombified deck in standard, and I hate it, but I also respect it because I love graveyard synergy deck. Then, if it isn't your main phase, which main phase? First main phase? Or just any main phase? Well, it's punishing you for not using it during your main phase. The fact that it's instant speed is awesome. You get attacked, you play this, just return a big fatty to your, to the field. There's some big boys, some of the fat body, big elementals and giants. If you can dump them into the yard, use this, put those blight counters on something else, you can definitely get a lot of value out of this. I like this card, but it's going to be you're going to be doing a lot of milling with cards like Dawn Hand Eulogist and this guy here doing the Surveil. We're going to move on. We got Dream Caesar. Not that kind of Caesar. Not Caesar. Rome of Caesar. Not Little Caesars. We got Dream Caesar. 4 mana, flying. I love me my flyers. When this enters, you may blight 1. If you do, each opponent discards a card. Not great. The flyer for 3 power. I like it for that reason. I feel like this is not a great ability. Good way to get rid of down, get your opponent's hand cut down to size. But you be the judge. What do you think of this? Definitely not a standard card. This is Chaff. Chaff trash. This is a pass, not a smash. We're gonna move on. We got Gloom Ripper. What's those weird shards behind her? 5 mana. Yuck. When this creature enters, target creature you control gets X0 till end of turn, and up to 1 target creature an opponent controls gets -0X, where X is the number of elves you control plus the number of elves in your. So it's a good late game thing to get out, but you want to make sure you have another creature around to target it and give that buff to. So it has removal built into it. Get rid of your opponent's creature, but the issue here is just the cost. It doesn't have Convoke. It would be really broken if it had Flash, but that's not the case. Definitely not standard playable. Not even a commander deck, but it's an elf or an elf tribal build. Oh boy. Remind me to drink water, people. All right. Moving on. Gnarly, dude. Gnarly Bark Elm. Gnarl Bark Elm. 3 mana. Treefolk Warlock. It enters with 2/1/1 counters on it. So it's going to come into play as a 1/2. So a 3 mana 1/2. You remove counters from this creature. Target creature gets -2/2 till end of turn. So he's got a built-in, what? Card that gives -2/2 until end of turn. Got a built-in one of those. I can dig it. I like the art here. Tree folk build. I'm there for it. I don't think I saw any cards around, excuse me, that lower the cost of tree folk. But this is a good, it's got a good removal built into it. As long as you can keep counters on this bad boy, he's a good blight target. You want to have what I'm calling a punching bag. You want to have a blight punching bag on the board. And this dude can be it for you. Remove these counters, blight it some more. Remove counters again. Something gets -2/2. You basically have removal on a stick if you have enough fodder in ways to blight this. Keep counters on it. Like it. 3 mana is not bad. I love the art on these guys. I love every single shapeshifter with changeling in the game. They're all wonderful. 4 mana, it's Gravedigger. When it enters, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Yeah, it's Gravedigger. I think Gravedigger's only 3 mana? Or is it 4? I don't quite recall. It's only been printed in the game since like Tempest or whatever it is, but anyway, I love this. I just love this is a callback to Gravedigger, but it's a changeling. I love the look on this guy's face. We'll see a changeling at their funeral. Kithkin saying, meaning they won't be forgotten. So when it enters, get a dude back from your graveyard to your hand. Well, you're going to be doing some milling with some elf builds with that Dawnhand Eulogist and that 1-drop 1/2 Warlock. This guy can help you get those cards back if you're not going to reanimate them with the Dose of Dawnglow or whatever it's called. But definitely a fun guy to have around. Again, Changeling, I cannot hype Changeling up enough. This works with your Behold mechanics, Behold a Goblin, Behold a Merfolk, Behold an Elemental. You can behold this little dude with those mechanics and those abilities. So I definitely recommend keeping this around for your builds. I mean, it's not a great body for 4 mana for a 2/2 to do a pseudo reanimate something back to your hand. But if you have a build that revolves around creatures of the yard or your opponent's running a lot of removal, you can have him around. All right, got our first black flip card. When this enters or transforms, turn a goblin card from your graveyard to your hand. Beginning of your first main phase. You may pay red. If you do, transform it. Rub Notorious Ante. When it attacks, you may blight 1. If you do, create a tapped and attacking token as a copy of one of the blighted creature. Although it's one blighted creature. It could be any blighted creature. Except it has the beginning of your next end step, sack this token. Sacrifice this token. This is wonderful. Whenever this attacks, you may blight 1. If you do, create a tapped and attacking token. Copy of the blighted creature. So you're going to target something that's blighted. But if you have a card on something on the board that has remove a counter from target permanent you control, this guy will be best friends with that card. You can attack with it, attack with the blighted dudes. You're blighted, and then you get the token. Find a way to remove the tokens. You can get some value out of it. And that token sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step, your second main phase after combat, you could put a blight counter on that token. You're going to lose it anyway. So it gives you bodies, temporary bodies, but it gives you bodies, and you can transform back. And Menace isn't bad. So 3 mana with a whole bunch of recursion and token creation. I certainly like this. Look at this name. Gut Splitter Gang. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may blight 2. If you don't, you lose 2 life. So this is a bomb in standard. In limited. It's not going to see standard plays. It's not hard. If you don't care about losing life and you just want to get in early and get in often, you got a 4 mana 6/6 on the table. What else can I say? If you want to blight your stuff, that's probably best for you, so you're not losing a lot of life gradually. If this is out for 2 turns, you're losing 6 life. But you're going to smash through a lot of your opponent's stuff. Granted, they don't remove this. In Standard, this won't work because it's not a good card. Nobody's going to pay 4 mana to do all this. And Standard, just removal and control. You can't do anything. So pretty limited in that sense. But I would consider this for your Goblin builds. Goblin Tribal. Heirloom Ante, 3 mana, 4/4. Enters with 2/1/1 counters on it. So let's call it a 3 mana, 2/2. Whenever another creature you control dies, surveil 1, remove a counter from this creature. So you got that token generation with the ante. When those tokens get sacked at the end of the turn, you could surveil 1, remove 1 counter from this creature. So find a way to remove 1 counters. Blighting. This dude is going to be a 3 mana, 4/4 at some point. I like it. Goblins. Iron Shield Elf. Discard a card. This creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. No. If you get this, and you get the right pieces for an elf build, use this card. Discard a card. This gains indestructible end of turn. Tap it. You can keep doing this and discard your entire hand. Tapping isn't part of the cost. So you can block, discard a card, indestructible end of turn, tap it. And then just keep doing it. Tapping's not part of the cost. If you want to find a way to empty out your hand, this is the way to do it. A 2 mana, 3/1. 2 mana, 3 power with no conditions. This thing's got a complete nothing but upside. I love this card. I would consider using this in elf builds. Or if your pulls are all weird and you can't quite put together a 100% fluid kindred strategy, you're most likely not going to be able to build the perfect kindred situation. But if you have this guy and a bunch of black removal spells, I would run that build. That would be the build I run. Because you got ways to reanimate, return stuff to your hand. The Moon Glove, Dawn Glove, whatever, reanimate something. Then you got the ante with soft reanimate, and the original ante's verdict thing earlier where you can get something back from the yard. So you have ways of getting your stuff back. This dude is a must if you're running black. Moon Glove Extractor, a 3 mana, 2/1 elf warlock. When this creature attacks, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. In a format where you don't want your deck to be more than 45 cards, in my opinion, this is pretty good. It's not great. I take that back. It's not great because again, it's 45 cards in the deck. Draw 7. You get through your deck pretty quickly. But in a color like black, which has limited card draw, at least in a pre-release kit or a draft format, this is a good thing to have around. A strong consideration for elf. Yeah. I like this elf. I like this guy. You got no way of drawing cards. You want card advantage throughout the game, not passively. This is the good way to go. The only shitty part is it's a 2/1. It's not great in that sense. You attack just whenever it attacks. It doesn't have to get through. So if you just want to get through, attack, get an extra card in hand, here's your answer. All right, Moon Shadow. People think this is going to do a lot of good things in Standard. There's a lot of hype around this. So it's a 1 mana 7/7. That might be why. This enters with 6/1/1 counters on it. So it's a 1 mana 1/1 with Menace. Whenever 1 or more permanent cards are put into your graveyard from anywhere, while this creature has 1/1 counters on it, remove a 1/1 counter. Okay, the fact that it's whenever is completely busted. Find a way to mill. You can mill with that Elf Warlock we talked about earlier. That Dawnhand Eulogist, which mills. You could find a way to get this thing cranking pretty early and often. And it's any permanent. 1 or more permanent cards are put in your graveyard from anywhere. While this has a 1/1 counter on it, remove a counter from this creature. You can get this thing cooking pretty quickly. Turn 1, people are going to see this get a little scared, but it's only a 1/1 at that point. So pick your spots. I wouldn't recommend casting it on turn 1. You're not going to have a way on turn 2 to start dumping stuff. If you dump 1 card on turn 2, you can attack for 2 with Menace. It's not great, but you want to get this around later, maybe a little later in the game. You're going to be tempted to drop it and go, 1 mana 7/7. No. But this is a must-have. It's Menace, and it gets through. My throat is getting sore. Oh, okay. We got a Morn Song aria. Have a good night, TCG, dude. Thanks for hanging around. All right. Just checking messages. I thought my wife needed something. What's Thief of Blood? Live reviewing this card right. Okay. I was actually just responding to a comment to one of my shorts about this card. This works with Thief of Blood. I don't know what Thief of Blood does off the top of my head. So 3 mana, Morn Song aria. So I remember her from the books. She was an elf. Like the Lorwyn book starts off with her and her party. They get attacked by fairies, and it just like ends, leaves you on a cliffhanger. And then you get reintroduced to her later on, and it turns out he becomes the new fairy queen, replaces Una. That's all I know. So basically, this is an enchantment version of the original This is Marlin of the Morn song. So it's an enchantment version of her. Players can't draw cards or gain life. This is going to be really shitty to do in pre-release or draft, and I dare you to do it. You can get away with it. This is an A+ commander card. But this is going to see standard play because somebody's going to do something dumb with this in standard. The beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches their library for a card, puts it into their hand, then shuffles. So this shuts down decks that draw. So it shuts down is at prowess decks that synergize with constantly drawing. So this right here is going to throw a wrench into things. In a limited format, this is going to be absolutely silly. No, I'm not really worried about life gain. Life gain builds, this will shut that down. I'm so glad this is going to be around. This is going to be in standard. This is going to be in all the formats. This is great, especially commander. This is a game changer, I would say, for commander. This will make your deck at least a bracket 3, I would think. This is up there on the power level. As is the original Marlin, the actual creature sheet this is based on. So can't draw cards or gain life. That player has to lose life, search the library. The downside is they're going to go get an answer potentially. Nobody's going to main board enchantment and artifact removal, but you can risk that biscuit anyway. It's a rare. You could get more than one. It's just a rare. I feel like that should be a mythic even. As an added bonus. What is the premium art version? Is there another printing? Nah, it's just got no border. That's stupid. Okay. All right. I love this card. What do you guys think in the chat? Somebody in chat, let me know you're out there. What do you think of this? All right. We got ourselves a Mud Button Curse Tosser. The Mud Button was a thing in the original Lorwyn and Morningtide sets. Additional cost to cast, Behold a Goblin or pay 2. This is a almost a mirrored version of a cycle that was in the original Lorwyn and Morningtide sets. This can't block. That's okay. When this creature dies, destroy target creature an opponent controls with power 2 or less. This is pretty unimpressive, actually. So 1 mana, 2 power, great. It can't block. You have to behold something. You can behold a changeling, so keep that in mind. When it dies, your opponent's going to worry about losing something. I feel like this should have menace or cannot be blocked. I want more for this from this card as an uncommon. I want a little more juice. It's just kind of not great. The ability's underwhelming. It can't block. If you got all the pieces for a black-red goblins build, fine. But other than that, I would not. You don't get all the ideal pieces for a goblin, red, black, rack those goblins. Pass on this. This might not even see this. I think this maybe could see some standard play, Pioneer Goblin builds, but say Nameless Inversion. Oh yeah, this is a reprint actually of the original. Here's the original. You can't see. Let's go here. Ah, here it is. And it's cut off because my screen orientation. Well, the original is one of my favorite cards in the game. Nameless Inversion. It's an awesome removal card. I recommend running this if you get it. So this can go either way. This can actually buff one of your dudes, but you got to make sure they have a big enough butt to survive it. And it's a tribal spell, Shapeshifter. Target creature gets +3, -3, and loses all creature types at the end of turn. So if you don't care about your creature losing its tribe, you don't care about its toughness is going to get reduced, but you care about that extra attack power, this is for you. Your opponent's got a creature you won't want to deal with, hit it with this. If you want to kill it, hit it with this. If it's somehow buffing and proccing because of tribal stuff, hit it with this. It's going to lose all creature types. This card is extremely powerful. I am very happy for anybody and everyone that pulls more than one of these. You have to run them. Great card. If you don't run it, definitely consider this in the sideboard. Keep this in mind if your opponent has a lot of creatures and you need removal. We got ourselves a Nightmare Sower. Hold on. Sorry. My brain's stuck. Okay. Flying, lifelink. Whenever you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter up to one target creature. So this thing's a little bit shitty. I wish it has flash, but you can't win them all. Lifelink is nice. Got a creepy looking fairy on it. They giggled and the nightmare took root. I didn't realize there's a person under those flowers. It's scary. So when you cast a spell during an opponent's turn, put a 1/1 counter. Whenever you cast a spell. So this will work nicely with Nameless Inversion. It's an instant. Put a 1/1 counter up to one target creature. Careful with the 1/1 counters. It's good. It's decent enough removal. But in a format that revolves around taking counters off things for things to happen, you might be helping your opponent. Keep that in mind. 4 mana, flying, lifelink. I'd say it's solid for a draft or your pre-release event. Moving on. This is not going to see standard play. Crash. Sense. Okay, I love spells with multiple options. 4 mana. I don't know why this is not a tribal spell, but into that. Choose one or both. Target opponent exiles 2 cards from their hand. Remove all counters from target creature. So if you got something that entered the battlefield, this works great with that 1-drop 7/7. So if your 1-drop 7/7, you got one of these. You can, for 4 mana, you can exile 2 cards from your opponent's hand and take all counters off. Remove all counters from target creature. That's great. A+ removal right here. And removal at least. I like it. Should be tribal, but it's not. Okay, requiting Hex. Additional cost to cast this. You may blight 1. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. If this spell's additional cost was paid, you gain 2 life. Ooh. I'm not thrilled about this. You may blight. So for blighting something, you kill something power 2 or less and you gain. Maybe creatures you care about creatures dying, this is good. Mana value 2 or less. There's a lot of, so all 5 colors have a 2 mana creature. Keep that in mind. It's going to be a target for this. Definitely kill a token. Are you going to want to do that? I would pass on this. Definitely not standard play. Okay, here we go. Wretched Wretch. That's funny. I told you it tastes terrible. 3 mana. When this creature dies, if it had a 1/1 counter on it, return it to the battlefield in its owner's control and it loses all abilities. Wow. I kind of like this. You got to make sure you have a counter on it. It's a good blight target. So if you keep this guy around as a blight punching bag, as a 4 power blight punching bag, it's a good card. the right situation. Or even just a 1/1 counter on it. And some cards put 1/1 counters on everything. -1/1. And it's when this creature dies. You don't have to wait till end of turn. And it loses all. Oh. Remove. Oh, never mind. It's not reoccurring. Right? I should read the cards, Ben. On. Return to the battlefield under its owner's control and it loses all abilities. So it's a one-trick pony. So it's a wretch that gets retched up. And that's all. It's a one. Yeah. I mean, you got to make sure you have a way to put 1/1 counters on it. Otherwise, it's 3 power 4. Not a great card. Okay. Scarblade Scout, 2 mana lifelink. When this enters, mill 2 cards. You know, it's the bear for this tribe. Enters, mill 2. Pretty standard stuff. I like the lifelink on it. A decent 2 mana body. If you get the right pieces for a black and green, or just even a mono black build, you can still run mono deck, mono colors. Even though this set's pretty much all about 2 mana, 3 mana synergy. I think 3 mana is a stretch and not really worth doing. Definitely not 4. But I can dig this. When it enters, mill 2 cards. I don't know what you care about milling in pre-release kit and draft, but it's a good way to get through your deck to help you get to the pieces that you need. Starblade's Malice. Target creature you control gains death touch and lifelink on a turn. So this is basically a removal spell. Getting attacked. When that creature dies this turn, you create an elf, so you get a little rebate out of it. Ideally, you want something that's going to get killed. So you're going to gain life and get a body. I like this. It's removal. You want to wait till something attacks you. Or you can block with it. You can use it. You could cast this on a blocker. Get rid of a big bodied thing you're worried about. All right. We got a 5 mana Shimmer Creep, Elemental with Menace. I don't think Vivid is a good ability. Vivid's going to work in Elemental Commander builds, and I think that's about it. When this enters, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life. X is the number of colors among permanents you control. So if it had Convoke, it would be good. It's not. This is not a good card. It's 5 mana for 3 power. You're not going to be running. You might not have. It's unlikely you're going to have all your colors out of the board all at once. Okay. Taster of Wares. 3 mana. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals X cards from their hand, or X the number of goblins you control. You choose one of those cards. That player exile of it. If an instant or sorcery is exiled this way, you may cast it for as long as you control this creature, and mana of any type can be spent. That's amazing. You can use your opponent's stuff against them. It's a good way to thin out their hand. You find a way to reanimate this. You can do it again. That's fun. Definitely in a black and red goblin build, I would use this. Definitely have the right way to bring him back too. Cast their stuff against them. Hell yeah, I'll take this. I feel like even in Commander, because of the reanimation ability. A reanimation you can work in. Okay. Twilight Diviner, 3 mana, Elf Cleric. Thought this was a fairy by the art, but the horns kind of give it away. Elves have horns. When this enters, surveil 2. One or more creatures you control enter. If they entered or were cast from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy of one of them. Well, I like that. Whenever one or more other creatures you control enter, if they entered or were cast from a graveyard, create a token that's a copy. Only triggers once each turn. So you can do some graveyard synergy. That's fun. I don't think there's a lot of stuff that directly casts from the graveyard. This is not going to really work. The second part is not going to really be helpful in pre-release kit or draft. But other formats, I can think of a Pioneer deck this will work in. This will be a good commander card. A commander 99 of a commander build. What do we feel about Twilight Diviner? Okay. Unbury. I like the art. These guys just dug up a dead body. What did they bury? You know, unbury. They dug it up. That guy used a spoon to dig too. I like how derpy these guys look. The art. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. So 2 mana, unbury, uncommon instant. That's cool. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Return 2 target creature cards that share a type from your graveyard to your hand. You're going to be able to do this in just about any deck you build. If you want to put a little hint of black in a white, blue, black build, this is a card for you if you want to get your stuff back. Get back your changelings, get back 2 of your dudes, get back 2 elementals, get back a changeling and an elf. There's so much you can do here. Maybe slightly situational if you're playing against somebody that has a lot of removal happening. But definitely a lot going on here. I like this. And the art is A+. They really captured a lot of the Goblin Bogart shenanigans and charm from the first Lorwyn block. I could get into this. Very cool. Well, that concludes all the black cards. I am thinking I'm going to pull up artifact cards from this set. I don't know what I'm going to review. Tomorrow night, we're going to review red and green. I want to get them all reviewed by Friday. So there's multi and artifacts. So as an added bonus, we're going to go ahead and review the artifact cards. So what do we all think of the black cards we reviewed for Lorwyn Eclipsed? I feel like the 1 mana 7/7, the Dawnheart Eulogist, this Unbury. I don't think there's a ton of potential in everything, honestly. Grub is a must-have in a Goblin build. The Grave Shifter, good card to have around. There's a lot of ways to get stuff from your yard to your hand because there's a lot of milling. Excuse me, self-milling you're going to be doing. So, quick summary: Anti-Sentence. I kind of like it. It's a removal spell and a discard spell. You can choose what you want to do, especially if you get few copies of it. Bar Bloodletter. I don't think it's a great card. Yeah, creature is going to gain Wither. If it was Death Touch, yeah, but Wither in a set that revolves around, it has a lot of cards that say remove a counter from 1/1 counter from this, or remove a counter from this card. Thing happens, and it's usually pretty beneficial. So do you really want to help your opponent? This guy's not great. If you need a 1 mana tribal creature, you got something like this. Bitter Bloom Bearer, be careful with this if you consider this in your limited formats. This guy, I like him. He's got a big butt. This is great removal. 3 mana, 4/1 counters on something. Basically, sort of almost dealing 4 damage to something for 3 mana instant speed. This is a commander card. I don't see this really working out. There's a lot of milling that goes on in mono black in Lorwyn Eclipsed. So if you get the right number of creatures out, if you get a lot of cheapies out, a lot of your 1 mana guys, you can get this. You get a lot of tokens out from Bogart Mischief. They can help you cast this. You just got to make sure they survive. Okay. How are we feeling? I'm worried these wood shavings and metal shavings are getting into my eye. Oh. Stop rubbing your face, Ben. Okay, whenever you attack, target attacking goblin you control gets... Hey, Addy, what's going on? I'm good. I'm doing good. How are you today? How's exams? How's university? How's the family? How's the zoom on my camera? This camera angle's not great. Working on it. I've screwed up my camera arm. I gotta maybe get a new one. Anyway, y'all don't want to hear about that. I do like the art on this Bogart prankster. He's making a frog throw up above somebody's house. For 2 mana, he buffs your goblins. I would say almost the must-have auto include in a goblin build. The Bogart Mischief, though, is the A+ thing you want, in my opinion. This will see commander play. This is going to see some standard play. It's going to be fun. I love this. A 2 mana. The downside is sorcery speed. But Blight 1 is not a bad cost to pay to exile something. You don't care about putting a 1/1 counter on a creature. Champion of the Weird, a 4 mana 5/5. Behold the Changeling, get yourself a 5/5. Pay 1 life, Blight 2, target opponent blights 2. So he's got built in removal. You can hit your opponent for 5. Stunning as usual. Thanks for asking. We'll keep up the hard work. Okay. Creekwood, safe right. I don't think this is great. If there's an elf card in your graveyard, this creature's 1/1 counter, remove it. So if you have elves in your yard once per turn, he gets back to being a 5/5. This card, decent enough removal. I wish it was an instant. That would probably be too much. 4/1 counters on each creature. It's a board wipe. There's a lot of low cost things in this set, so this will kill a lot of creatures. Dawn Hand Dissident. I'm not keen on this. I feel like this will see standard play. Commander builds, elf commander builds. During your turn, cast creature spells from among their own exiled. But you got to pay their costs. These remove counters and pay their cost, but only if they're exiled with him. So he's pretty constrained. Dawn Hand Eulogist. I do like this. I love Menace because you want that ability to go over, under, above, whatever, hit your opponent directly. Force your opponent to block with their blighted 1/1s, 2/2s. Ideally, just their 1/1s that can't kill him. 4 mana, you're going to be, in the long run, this is going to deal 5 damage to somebody at most. At least 5 damage with its ability of 2 life and a 3 power. So we got to reanimate here. If you do this during your opponent's turn, you're going to have to blight something. Hold it up till your turn if you can. Dream Caesar, not a great card. Don't hail Caesar on that one. This is not a great card, a 5 mana 4/4. It's a good end game card. Just make sure you have bodies on the table to use this. If you have no other creature, it targets itself. It's not helpless. Doesn't have haste. But yeah, it's only when it enters, so it's very situational. If you only have one other, if this is the only creature you control, you play this. Targets itself, gets a buff from 4 elves in the yard, but it'll also give something -0/4 until end of turn. So you could this has a built-in removal, but it's very situational. Let's consider passing this. There's enough cheap removal around in the set. You don't really need this dude here. He's got a built-in make shit weaker ability. We like that. Get stuff back, graveyard to your hand. This, if you get black-red goblins and you get one of these, you run this. You make yourself a commander deck at your pre-release or your draft deck. Everything looks great. Thank you. So, Magic the Gathering art, Addy, is supposed to be hand-drawn design, and well, I don't think they all hand-draw. They might do concept art. This is all probably done digital. People that do the digital art, on the pad with the pen and the digital pen. It's supposed to be that. It's not supposed to be AI generated. A lot of the ones I've seen so far, there's only been a couple of cards that look suspicious to me. They look like AI or Photoshop. They're just weird. Everything looks pretty good. They're supposed to be hand-drawn, drawn by somebody. There have been Magic artists caught using AI and tracing and plagiarizing other people's work. That has happened. I do like this guy. At the beginning of your first phase, Blight 2. If you don't, you lose 3 life. The 4 mana 6/6. You don't care about taking that damage. By the time you get to 4 cost, you're gonna have dudes on the board you can blight. But it's pretty. This thing can be pretty scary and intimidating. Heirloom Ante. 2 1/1 counters on it. Whenever another creature you control dies, surveil 1. The surveil is a nice added bonus. Help you get through your deck. Then remove a 1/1 counter from this creature. So with your little goblin tokens running around in a goblin build, or any, if you pair this up with like a green black with some Kithkin generated tokens or something, and those die, you get the proc from this. So good for token builds. This is a must auto include for if you get this, find a way to make this work. Even if it's on an elf tribal deck, you're not going to get all the perfect pieces for the perfect tribal build. So if you get one of these, you run this thing. It's a 3/1 for 2 mana. And it gives itself indestructible by just merely discarding a card. And there's plenty of ways to get stuff from your graveyard to your hand, or even just reanimate it from the yard. Here the last stream, one with the elves playing music with some fading, one in the wheelchair. Yeah, no, that card doesn't make any sense. You're right, Addy. It is bad art with the old man in the wheelchair. Yeah, it is bad art. It was just bad. Don't mind me. I'm just fixing my chat. Sometimes this gets all cut off. That's so annoying. Yeah. Yeah. So one of my YouTube shorts I posted for my short yesterday. I don't know if you checked out my channel shorts, Addy. It was that card, and I'm like, this is my reaction. My shorts are usually like a green screen edit of a clip from a movie or a show or a guy doing saying something funny, but it's in relation to the card in the background. So if you watch yesterday's short, you'll see what I mean. It's a guy going, "Oh my god, ugh," with that ugly card art, and people are like, "Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's fake." And I'm like, "This looks fake as hell." People agree with me. Yeah, that art doesn't make any sense. It's so weird. I've never seen art that looks like that. People were like, "Oh, Kith can always look like that." No, they don't. They don't look like shriveled up raisin people. Anyway, I can go on. I like the premium art for this card. This looks really cool. All right, this guy here, I don't know. You're only going to pull this off once. If you don't kill him with blight counters, you're going to attack, you're going to draw, and you lose a life. So it's a 3 mana, draw a card, lose a life, basically. Find a way for removal. Card draw in black is great, but don't count too much on this guy. Yeah, I posted it yesterday. You'll see it. If you go to my channel, just go to my shorts. It'll list them all on the date, from the most recent date down to start of my channel. All right, Moon Shadow, 1 mana, 7/7. What is there to say? There's so many cards that remove counters. This and Vampire Hexmage in Modern is going to be silly. Vampire Hexmage is a creature that has sacrifice this creature, remove all counters from target creature. So for 3 mana, you can get a turn 3 7/7. You mostly come here for me or music? Well, thank you. I'm glad you're here for me. That means a lot to me. Explaining videos for your studies. YouTube is very helpful for how-tos. I learned how to do a lot of things on YouTube. So this Moon Shadow, very powerful card. 1 mana, 7 power, but when it enters, it comes in with 6 -1/1 counters on it. So it's a 1 mana, 1/1 on its surface. But there's cards that let you remove counters from permanents. There's that elf above we saw that revolves around taking 1/1 counters among creatures you control. This is a target for that. There's other ways about removing one or more permanent creatures put in your graveyard from anywhere. So if you have this into play, mill 3 cards, you're going to be proccing this and getting this thing back to being 1 mana, 7/7. So go for it. This is the ultimate troll job. This is an A+ commander card. This will do stuff in standard. In your draft pools, in your pre-release kit, this is going to make your opponent's going to hate you for this. They're going to hate you and they're going to love you. They're going to lose life. It's basically a race to the finish with this card out in the field because nobody's going to main board artifact and enchantment removal. So you're going to be able to pull this off once successfully, probably. And even the next game, your opponent's going to sideboard in their graveyard and enchantment hate, but this is going to proc a couple times. Your opponent's going to lose 6 life. Do some cards get buffed or nerfed? Are there cards that are crazy expensive? Yes, Addy. There are cards that are very expensive. There are cards that are worth million. One of them was worth $1 million. One of them, Post Malone bought one for $1 million from somebody. All right, Mud Button. I love that name, Mud Button. Curse Tosser. This is not a good card. You would think it's good. You gotta either pay 2 mana or behold something. It can't block. When it dies, it kills a creature with power 2 or less. Underwhelming. There's better goblins you could use. Even changelings are better. Nameless Aversion, A+ removal, A+ pump spell as well. This card, I would consider passing. As much as I love flying, in draft or pre-release kit, this is not ideal for that. There's better flyers out there. Prefect and perfect intimidation. Uh, hell of it. Do both. Your opponent's got cards in hand, you run both. You could remove all the counters from your Moon Shadow dude. The 1 mana 7/7. This is going to get all the counters off it. So for 4 mana, you're going to get your 7/7 going. Quitting Hex, there's better removal. This is not a good card. I don't understand why it's uncommon. Additional cost, you may blight. Destroy target creature with mana value 2 or less. So you put a 1/1 counter on one of your dudes. You can just kill a creature power 2 or less and gain 2 life. There's a lot of small bodies in this set, but this is not great removal. It's instant speed. Some of them, not all of them are instant speed, but this one. Okay, we got Wretch. This guy got thrown up when it dies. If it had 1/1 counter on it, you get it back. But you can only do that one time. You don't have to spend a lot of money to play Magic, Addy. I spend 0 money on Magic. All the Magic I get is I'm fortunate I have a buddy who gives me cards, gives me packs, but I usually end up just giving them back to him. I just open them for channel content. I'll give them back to him if I get anything crazy, I just give it to him, or I just hold on to it. I consider it his, honestly, because I don't need them. I don't have time to play paper Magic. I like this guy. 2 mana body, can't go wrong. Starblade's Malice. It's an okay removal spell, cantrip. You get a body out of it. This mills stuff, so this helps your Moon Shadow. This is Moon Shadow fodder, so keep that in mind. Vivid is a bad ability. It doesn't work in draft or sealed. This card, you need a lot of goblins to make this pay off. You need a lot of goblins on the board. With that goblin token generator, maybe you can get away with it. Chances are you're only going to get 1 card. They're going to reveal 1 card from their hand and exile it. And you can only bring back an instant or sorcery, so it's not wonderful. If it had Menace or something, or Haste, I would consider this, tell you to use it, but consider passing it. You're going to have a lot of bodies in the table or a lot of changelings. This guy, it's not great. This is a commander card. I would pass on this. Doesn't do anything else. Surveils. Feeds your 1 mana 7/7. Gets it back to being a 7/7. That's about it. If they're entered, yeah, coming from the graveyard. Token that's a copy of them. Maybe you see, this will be some jank standard builds. All right, and last but not least, Unbury talked about this. Get stuff from your graveyard to your hand. Return 2 target creature cards that share a creature type. You're going to be able to do both these abilities, either one of these at any given time. All right, we're going to review the artifacts. I'm going to run some ads. I got to take a little break, and I'll see you all in a few minutes. Don't go nowhere, everybody. Hit that like button. Share the stream with a friend. Only got 3 likes. Please help me out, people. Okay, I'll be right back. Chair stream. All right, we're back at it. You're dizzy on painkillers. What's going on, Nishi? I gotta take some NyQuil tonight. My throat's actually getting sore. Kind of struggled last night to get a good night's sleep. Oh, is this the pardon me, I got invited to a Chinese New Year celebration near me. That's fun. Right. Getting a bunch of work done next month? Like getting work done on you? Like surgery kind of work? Or you're getting work, like job work done for next month? Why do I have a little one here? I gotta be in the shorts feed tomorrow night. I gotta go back to doing this in shorts format. This isn't worth it. And or I gotta do the two. I gotta dual stream because this is just bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, to which one, Nishi? You're getting work done on you next month, like surgery kind of work, cosmetic work. What do you mean? You can specify in Discord if you don't want to air it out here. Either way, I hope you're okay on those painkillers. If there's anything, anything you want to talk about, please feel free. Talk about it here, or we can talk on Discord if you'd like. It's always good to have somebody to talk to. On work on you. Oh, well, I hope it's for the best, right? All right, we're gonna get back at it. We're gonna review our artifacts now. Cut off at the top of the page. All right, let's do an advanced search. Let's go card type. Getting a bunch of teeth pulled. Oh my. What do you got? You can regrow teeth? Or are they gonna like replant them? What about just implants? I don't know how people survived the old days before modern dentistry. Like everybody had rotten teeth back in the day. There's no way anybody had nice teeth. I wish we had the ability, as the human body had the ability to regrow our teeth. Teeth are such a one-way street. The only teeth we get to grow later on in life are wisdom teeth, and they suck. Some of them grow like actual, like this way, sideways. We got our artifacts. Let's do. Where's our set? Where's our set? Where's our set? Sets Lorwyn Eclipsed. And we're going to do a little search. Name, images, auto, ascending. Images. Full. Here it is. All right, so we looked at Barred Bloodletter already. We're going to move on. We looked at Bark of Doran. Here we go. We got a 6-mana mythic. I like the art. So one of my issues with Magic is they suck at managing their own storyline. There was a big invasion of the Magic multiverse. The Phyrexians, they're a machine-like sentient race that spread goopy oil around, which corrupts you into turning you into a Phyrexian goopy machine person. They invaded the multiverse. They came to Lorwyn. Everybody on Lorwyn. Lorwyn's very factionalized. All the factions are constantly fighting. The elves think they're all pretty and perfect. They believe in They have the right to kill anybody. That's not pretty and perfect. But everybody came together to fight the Phyrexians. That's what this is a reference to. So it's a legendary artifact. I didn't even realize that. I saw the spoiler of this, but I didn't read the ability. So when it enters, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/2. First strike and trample. This is a better coat of arms. Whenever you cast an instant, cast a spell of the chosen type, draw a card. So amazing. Choose a creature type. This affects your changelings, so keep that in mind. This is a 6-mana bomb. This is going to work in all formats. This is going to see standard play. Has made something to regrow teeth. That's amazing. $300 to regrow each tooth. You're going to do it? Like, are you going to regrow your teeth? I don't have the time right now to look at that video. I will later though. But like, just give me a little synopsis. Is it like it replants your own tooth, or it grows a brand new tooth? We gotta have a way to regrow teeth. It just sucks what a one-way street teeth are. I get fingers, limbs, organs we can't regenerate, but like, why don't we have the body send a signal to grow a new one? Well, actually, I think you're actually born with all your teeth. I think I remember brother was saying that. If you look at an X-ray of a baby, an X-ray of a baby, but I guess they know because they X-ray deceased babies for research. Anyway, I don't want to think about it. You look at a baby, a newborn, like they have their baby teeth, and I think under the baby teeth, you can see the adult teeth like slightly formed. So you basically come as a human pre-packaged with everything. Hey, Gabe, what up, man? I was just talking about you. Is omniscience in standard? Yes, sir. Free cast bullshit. Gabe, did you know you can regrow your own teeth? Nishi's teaching me something. How do we feel about Chronicle of Victory, though? This is amazing. I don't know. Pre-release, your pre-release kit or draft. This is a tall order, the 6 mana. I can't think of any kind of ramp in this set. Nothing comes to mind, at least. But this is an amazing card. This is a better version of Coat of Arms, because Coat of Arms gives all creatures that buff. I think alligator regrow their own teeth, too. So creatures you control of the chosen type get +2/2 and have first strike and trample. Yeah, we're all learning something. This is a dentistry stream now. Nishi, you always drop stuff in that keeps it interesting. I love it. Let's all wish Nishi well. Nishi's having a tough time right now and a little bit of pain from her teeth. So let's all drop some heart emojis and fun stuff into the chat. Called Land Shark before. Nice. It's Chronicle of Victory. I love this, though. Look at this. Got everybody. The goblins, the elves, fairies. They're all teaming up against the Phyrexians. Pre-release kit and draft. What do you think, Gabe? Can you do this in Can you get away with this in pre-release? It's a good game ender, but I don't think you're going to be able to like really ramp this out too early. But this is a commander card. This will see stuff in standard. In standard, you can ramp. I love this card. This is just... What other art has this guy done? Ew, he did a lot of digital-only shit. I like this. Ew, it's this guy. This one looks sus as fuck. I like the art. It's charming. Even though I think a lot of his shit is fake. This one, I like to think it's real. Insurance pays for it all. Damn. I gotta watch that video. Run it in sealed. So this 1 mana artifact, and this enters, choose elemental, elf, fairy, giant, goblin, kitkin. So you can only choose one of the guys from that's within this set. Whenever a permanent you control the chosen type enters, you gain 1 life. Sack this, return target card. You want this. This is an auto include. You get this, you're gonna run this. You want that rebate, you want to gain life. This is gonna be awesome in goblins and Kithkin. Those two tribes, they generate a lot of 1/1 tokens. This is great for that format. I would definitely, this is an auto include. You get one, you run this. If you don't run this, you're bad at Magic. Full stop. It is interesting that it's choose something pertaining to Lorwyn. It's not just choose a creature type. But then again, there's changelings. They're all creature types. So this is an auto include. This is an auto include in Commander. This is standard. This is going to see all formats. I love this. So the start of the stream, we stayed black. We kept it black. We did it black. We looked at the black cards. Now we're looking at artifacts. Almost 5 a.m. Have a good night, Addie. Sleep well. Wish you well in all your studies. You're bad at magic. Me too. Right, Gabe? I'm bad at magic. I love this card. This is a great card. I think the artist might be cheating, but in his artwork, but functionally the ability is good. Okay, people are saying this is a good mana rock. Furdock Core. Drift past in a swirl of shadow and moonlight. The strange, half-buried stones began to wake. Good night. Yeah. What a good time. Always nice when Addie comes by. Channel member. Shout out to the channel members. Can't do it without you. You guys keep me motivated. So this is a 3-mana rock. Add 1 mana of any color. And it's a changeling. It's a tribal artifact. So if you have cards that revolve around beholding beholding something, you can use this. I think. This becomes a 4/4 artifact creature till end of turn. That's me blowing my top. This is a great card. It's a mana rock. It's 3 mana. It can animate. It can animate during your opponent's turn. Did I see the easy way? No. I just look at the details. I compare it to their other body of work. I just look at the stuff like if it makes sense. What's the easy way? The easy way to see if something's AI, if it's human, check the teeth, check the hands and fingers. And toes, if there's toes visible. Look for like thin things, like laces, shoelaces, if there's anything on the art that looks like laces, thin pieces of clothing. And look for artifacts. What do you mean by artifacts? I love this. Furdock Core. Hell yeah. This is a commander card too. You can even do stuff with this in standard. Oh, look at this thing. Foraging Wicker Maw. I love the art. Ron Spencer. That's an OG. Oh boy, homie here. He goes way back. They brought back a lot of old artists for this. Look at this. Look at the charm of this old art. Look at this. Look at this Bog Imp. I love this thing. I always thought it was a shame this is only a 1/1. This thing is terrifying. All right. He's an ugly scarecrow. He's collecting shiny rocks. When it enters, surveil 1. Add 1 mana of any color. This creature becomes that. Oh, it's a nod to like Painter's Servant, I believe. This creature becomes that color until end of turn. Activated only once each turn. Near the background, you see weird stuff. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. The Foraging Wicker Maw. I like this. It's a good card. It's Surveil. You got to pay 1 to add 1, and it becomes that color. But I didn't see a whole lot of stuff that's removable. Destroy target black, non-black, red creature. So this is good in that sense. This is a good card. 2 mana colorless. You could run this in anything you get. Gathering Stone. What a Magic the Gathering with a Gathering card. All right. Here's a creature type. Oh, this is a commander auto include. This could even see this is going to see some stuff in pre-release kits and draft. Spells you control the chosen type, 1 less to cast. So even tribal spells. When it enters and the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. If it's a card of the chosen type, you may reveal it, put it into your hand. If you don't put it in your hand, you may put it in your graveyard. So it's a way to filter your deck out. This is amazing. This is an auto include. I love it. Because AI does not draw like a human, so they add weird stuff to the background. Okay, Mirror Mind Crown. People are finding ways to break this. As long as this equipment is attached to a creature, first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn. You may instead create that many tokens that are copies of equipped creature. You have an ability that creates a token of a you know, some like that ante that creates a copy of a goblin. It can create a copy of this guy instead. That are put it on something else, like a 5/5. Your ante's gonna create copies of that 5/5, not this, not the goblins. That's amazing. I like it. I don't know about this will see stuff in standard play, definitely in commander. Other formats, maybe not. Pre-release kit, draft. You got to do a lot of work. You got to have the right pieces. I would pass on this, but it's fun in other formats. Ukazai, 2 mana. When this artifact enters, draw a card, then choose a color. This becomes the chosen color. I don't know why you need to do that. Draw a card, activate. Oh, only if there are 5 colors among permanents you control. So this is not a good card. 3 mana to draw. It's going to be good in commander, but you're not going to want to run, you know, 5 colors in stuff. Red, green. There is hybrid mana around. So you could pull this off, but it's unlikely. I would pass this. Pass on this. You just want the instant card draw. Sure. And this itself, it helps itself with the card draw. I mean, it's doable, but there's better ways to draw cards and get card advantage. All right, we looked at this already when we did our blue. Rhyme Fire Torque. Springleaf Drum. This card is one of my homies. I love this card. Tap an untapped creature you control, add 1 mana of any color. This is an awesome card. Great ability. You cast a creature, you cast this. That creature might have haste or have defender. You can tap that creature that doesn't have haste. That creature that is untapped for whatever reason, use this on it. There's creatures that Addie just commented on my short from yesterday. That's wonderful. There's creatures that revolve around when this becomes tap, stuff happens. This card works for that. You can get 1 mana of any color out of it. Stalactite Dagger. This should be a tribal changeling, but I don't know why it's not. Enters. Oh, 2 mana. So 2 mana. You get a body. Equip creature gets +1 as all creature types. Yeah, you have to pay to equip it, but if you equip it right off the bat, you're gonna get a 2/2. So if you got 4 mana laying around, you can make yourself a 2/2 out of this. If the token gets killed, this stays. And it makes, if you have stuff that's off tribe, this will make it into your tribe by giving it changeling. So this is a thing to consider including. All right. Well, that includes all the, Springleaf Drum. You know what's up. Shout out is at Scissors. Let's all smash that like button. I just love this Dawn Blessed Pennant. I just don't like this guy's art style. I look at this the way one of his other cards he did, the way set this Rhyme Chill. It's a little cut off, pardon me. It doesn't look great. It's like lines through the artwork. Like it says it's his style. But not all of his cards have that style. Like, look at this Skull Clamp. You look at this Reaping Willow has some of that. If you look at this Nazgul, it doesn't have that same style. Look at this Lead Pipe. It just, it's not, his style is not consistent. Stop using AI, no more data centers. Probably what we want Greenland for. We want to use that for data centers. That's a whole nother discussion. Yeah, a lot of these artists, they just want to take their money, take their bag, get famous, and look at my art. And they're fucking cheap. That has happened before in Magic. There's precedent for it. Yeah, you guys should fight it. Fight the data centers. Fuck the data centers. Really, they want to eliminate all work. These disruptors, they think rules and laws of society shouldn't apply to them. They want to make as much money as possible, displace you, because their grand vision of the future, they get money and they're not affected. The only jobs that are going to be left are janitors and that clean the data centers and people that maybe maintain the property outside, or people that, fix the machines themselves. Which isn't an unideal job. Learn about like computer cooling systems, which is pretty practical actually. Take my own advice. But um those data centers are gonna fuck with everybody. They're gonna drain all the power from a region. And electricity costs are gonna go up. So, you know. You voted for Trump. No offense to any Trump voters. This is what you get. Now, I don't pin it all on Trump, but he's taken money from these guys and he's given them what they did. They donated him. I don't know why I just muttered that. They donated to him. He's going to make them happy. Move them to space. How would that work, though? How would they get a data center? Well, I guess they could transmit through satellites. Yeah, that's true. Put them in space. We can send Katy Perry to space and that paraplegic woman. We can put our data centers on an asteroid. Why not? All right, everyone. That's going to do it for me. Drop a like, comment in the chat, drop some hearts and all the fun stuff. Let's all wish Nishi a happy and healthy recovery. Let's all spread the good vibes. Let's not do full screen live streams again. I can't get all my fucking shorts viewers to come to my streams for some reason. It didn't help that I was late. I was very late for my stream. I had it set for 8:45. I didn't get on until like 9:15. I had to fix I had a technical difficulty on my end I had to fix. So there's that. But so we're down to all we got to review next to close out our Lorwyn review videos. We're doing red and green tomorrow night. And maybe we'll work in the hybrid mana cards and multicolored. And if we don't, probably no loss because these aren't doing. But, trying to do different things. I'm leaning more back into the magic stuff in my channel. Only your core group will show. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Like I'm really trying hard on my YouTube shorts. I'm getting 40,000 views on these shorts and I can't get, and I'm getting a lot of new people that comment and sub, but they don't go up. It's so frustrating. I love and appreciate all my regulars, such as Nishi and Addy and Gabe, but I want a nice, vibrant chat. Frustrating. One of my magic videos I made from late last year, it only got 12 views. A standard VOD, 12 views, which is impossible. I got shadow banned or fucked with or something. That's my opinion. But I don't have any proof of that. But just weird. It's impossible that an arena gameplay video only gets 12 views. That's not possible. Zero chance for that. But that's a whole nother soapbox. Y'all don't want to hear that. Let's all wish Nishi a happy, feel better, happy recovery. Get some rest, Nishi, if you can. Let's be careful on any pain medication you might be on. I know you're a stand-up person. You're not going to go crazy, but this stuff can be tricky. So just be careful with that. And yeah, how do we all feel about Lorwyn? Any closing thoughts on these cards? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Well, hey, I'm having fun making these thumbnails and all that stuff. So there's that. Bang. In that. You believe Christmas was 2 weeks ago? Not buy. Do not buy. I agree. Don't buy Magic the Gathering cards. It's a horrible buy. It's blood. Oh, Thief of Blood. I'm looking up something somebody commented. Oh. All counters from all permanents. Oh, man. This 6 mana. That's a horrible combo. You're an idiot, commenter. Was it only 2 weeks ago? I'm just looking at the, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. Well, actually, no. 1, 2, 2.5. Yeah, so 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks ago today is the 31st. It was like a week and a half. It's 2.5 weeks ago. Kind of sucked. Because I got the flu on the 26th, and I was just bodied. I didn't do shit. I felt terrible. I feel like I lost time in my mind. All right, I'm rambling. Everyone, I'm gonna call it a night. Gabe, Nishi, Addy, anyone else, everyone else that stopped on by, TCG dude, I appreciate you hanging around. Have a great night, everybody. We can continue this discussion in the Discord. I will talk to you all later. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. Hope you enjoyed this review, talk, lesson. I don't know. I'm still rambling. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.